Rush Duel is a fast-paced spin-off game of Yu-Gi-Oh! Where you can summon as many monsters as you want and draw up to 5 cards each turn. In this series, me and the TheDrAlex progress through each Rush Duel product release and build decks with whatever cards were available at that time. We have been drafting characters from the Yu-Gi-Oh! 7's anime and have exclusive access to those characters' boss monsters, and will continue to draft characters from the Yu-Gi-Oh! Go Rush series. Join us as we continue to battle it out in this series, Rush Duel Character Draft. Structure Deck Birth of Hero was released July 13th, 2024 and introduces the Elemental Hero archetype to Rush Duel. This series of cards focuses around fusing low-level warrior monsters to create low-level fusion monsters, but that have multiple combinations depending on which monsters are used as fusion material. This box only contains 2 new cards that are above level 6, so I will be receiving Rotwyvern, who can be special summoned from the hand if I control a warrior type normal monster, can mill 4, and can add fusion from grave to hand, as well as Elemental Hero Neos, a 2500 attack normal hero monster that will be more useful going forward as contact fusions are introduced into Rush Duel. This does mean that both myself and Alex will have access to all 3 new fusion monsters, those being Thunder Giant, who can discard 1 card to destroy 1 face-up monster with less original attack than himself. Flame Wingman, who burns the opponent for the attack of a monster destroyed by battle, and the Rush exclusive Burst Wingman, who can boost a warrior by 1000 until the end of the next turn, and pop a back row. So this is the deck we're bringing to today's game. This is Beast Gear. So Beast Gear is a deck that I've always really liked, and the updated support it got is quite old now, but I still really like this deck. I think we've only brought this deck once or twice, so we really want to just play it again. And these cards are okay, right? So Lyogun is a decent boss monster. We can basically increase its attack and then change battle positions of monsters, which is a really good way to get to our opponent's life points. The updated Emperor Kong can destroy a face-down card, but this time we can only attack with Beast Warriors, which isn't too bad of a restriction. The only negative of these cards is we need our field spell to be able to do any of it, but our field spell is actually really strong. Giving a 400 boost to our boss monsters is always really good, but more importantly, they cannot be destroyed by card effects, and that is any card effect, which means we can Dark Hole and we can Torrential Tribute our own board and have it not be destroyed. So that's basically the logic, is we're going to try and stick the field spell, get out our boss monsters, have them be able to chew through any defenses that Alex puts in the way. Obviously their attack is going to go up to 29 and 28 respectively, which is pretty good. If we get out Shiba, we can also cheat one of them out from the graveyard, and we have a little bit of plussing with Katetsu, which can be quite nice if we can get it off. But again, this is an older deck, so we're not feeling like super confident, and we have no idea what Alex is going to bring. So I guess let's just fire it in and see what he's got for us. So last week we had the Hero Sky Saviors, which I'm going to preface this with Sky Saviors is always a bit of a weird one, because I really like Sky Saviors, but I don't really like floodgating people, and Sky Saviors kind of has this like asterisk on it of, it's a really cool fusion deck where you can like dig for polymerization, you can change the types, it's kind of a bit fluid with how you can fuse them, a little bit like heroes in a lot of ways. But also there's just like a couple of really kind of gross floodgate monsters that stop your opponent from playing the game, so yeah. There's always a bit of a weird one when I bring them. I didn't floodgate you at all last episode, I don't think. So there's at least that, and you were on Pyro, which obviously Pyro is such a cool deck. I love the Pyro deck so much. The only issues I have with the Pyro deck is it's always, no matter how you build it, it's some sort of combo deck, and you need to get all of these different pieces together, whether or not that's the maximum, whether or not that's different fusion pieces. You need to find them all at the same time, cram them together, and even for the maximum, for most maximums, it's like you find the 3 max pieces, you're good to go. For the Phoenix Max, it's like, okay, you need the 3 maximum pieces and the equip spell before it's like actually done. So it's like a 4 card maximum compared to all the others, which are like 3 cards. But I did manage to take that, although I think in our game 3, you very handedly destroyed me. And that seems to be the theme of the last couple of episodes, is you kind of get shafted in the first 2 just because of bad luck, but then game 3, you just turn it on, everything just goes well, and you get to completely destroy. So let's see if we can kind of remedy that a little bit here and see if we can get some of that game 1, game 2 luck. This is a bit of a weird one, because we have a new product coming out next week. Obviously, we've just had the Hero deck. And we're now at the point where both of us have kind of used everything that's new, right? You haven't played Heroes yet, and obviously there's other versions of Hero I could play. Other than that, would just be guessing from anything in each other's pools. So as a complete random guess, outside of like some sort of hero deck, I'm going to say you're on like Light Galaxy. You got any prediction what you think I'm going to be on?
Heroes mixed with something else.
Okay, we're going for another hero variant. Okay. Right, well, let's fire on him and see what we're both playing. Let's go with this. Oh. Ah.
Yeah, I will go first.
Okay. Okay, that's not a bad open.
Oh, no.
Oh, it was an 8 we discarded. That's a shame. Alright. It might look bad, but I don't have like a really strong hand to punish this, so you're probably going to be fine. What we do have is Legend Magician. So this might reveal what we're on immediately. Let's see what we hit. So we're going to excavate 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's actually not very telling, right? Beast Summoner's there, but Beast Summoner doesn't really tell a whole lot there. I think we're probably going to send it to the graveyard, actually. I don't see the point in having the other Legend Magician in the graveyard right now. So we will send the Beast Summoner. So we do have an 1100 beta on the field right now, which doesn't actually do a whole lot. The question is, do I try and poke in for damage? I think we will. So we're going to summon a Beast Summoner, and then we're going to also summon out Master Craftsman Kitetsu. Then we're going to set a field spell, and then go to battle. So again, not the strongest board to punish a 0 monster. And unless I draw boss monsters, I can't even kill you next turn. So we'll pass the turn.
1.
Okay.
2.
So as expected, this is Hero Wind Warrior.
I will summon the other 8 I drew.
Wait a minute, that's not how you fusion summon.
Oh, this is.
Uh-oh. Okay, yeah, that's pretty bad.
First Wingman.
Okay. Yes, no, it's not use the effect.
Get rid of this.
You got my Apocalypse Beast Overworld.
Yeah.
Fortunately, I'm going to take a lot of damage here.
Beast.
There goes 1. There goes 2. So you're leaving me with Master Craftsman Kitetsu, who unfortunately doesn't have an effect anymore. I think I'm going to do this. It's a little bit awkward, but I'm going to activate Ship of 7 Treasures. And I'm just going to discard a Wimp from my hand, just because getting more cards is probably for the best. We're going to normal summon Beast Summoner. We're going to activate Beast Summoner, and I'm going to summon forth my True Beast Gear King Lyogun. Which is, it's pretty cool. Then I'm going to normal summon out my Headhunter's Digmole. So he doesn't have an effect right now because we don't have enough beasts in the graveyard. But we can activate Lyogun's effect and send him to the graveyard and gain an attack boost. We'll change this sideways, go to battle, and we will attempt to clear over this. Which we do successfully. Nice. And then we'll pass. Maybe I should have left Kitetsu in attack mode. It's tricky. I think there's you probably just have a way to clear Lyogun anyway. Ooh. This card's very strong. Okay, you got my other Ship of the 7 Treasures.
Oh.
Okay. Don't take any damage at the very least, but unfortunately my big guy is gone. It's not ideal. I suppose we start with Legend Strike. You can probably guess what we're going to bring back with this. The Legend Magician. We'll go ahead and pop a back row. I don't think I have any real reference for this, so we'll pop this one. Okay, Elemental Circulation. I don't know if that was a good one or a bad one to hit realistically. Set this, and then Tribute 2 to summon out my Heartless Hound Martial Master Sheba, who during the turn that is normal or special summoned, I can special summon a 5/7 beast warrior type monster from my graveyard. I'm going to go ahead and do that. And welcome back Lyogun to the field. Then we're going to summon out Hunter Digmole. So now the question is, do I sack off the Digmole? Don't think so. We're just going to go straight to battle. We will attempt to attack over this. And then we'll try and get to 25. And then we'll get in for that 12, which unfortunately Could I have won this turn? So I could have, because I didn't redig more properly, and I thought I had to have 10 or more cards in my graveyard, not monsters in the graveyard. That would have been an extra 800. But what I could have done instead was summon Side Fennec, who could have given 400 attack. It would have only been 400, so no, it wouldn't have been lethal either way. So I don't have a face-up spell card on my field because somebody destroyed it. And then I'll pass it down. Ooh, that's a fusion. Ooh.
Rise up.
Okay. But who do you give me back, though? Both of those are pretty good. I think you have to put back Lyogan, right? Because if you don't...
We'll set this. Activate the music printer. Done.
Oh, God. Having double fusion from graveyard is so gross.
Vote on. Divine Breath. The music.
Okay, so send up to 3 cards from your hand to the graveyard this turn. This card cannot be destroyed by your opponent's trap cards. Oh, man, you got to be careful of those. And it inflicts piercing damage. Oh, that's going to do a ton right now. If you activate this effect during the main phase of a special summon, it gains attack with the number of monsters sent to the graveyard. So you could technically boost it by 2,000 if you have 2 monsters in hand. That's basically what you can do.
Well. 749. 10,000.
Okay.
That. That one.
15. And then that'll be 12. Okay, we'll just draw well, it's fine. We'll start with the Ship of the Seven Treasures. You know, I don't think I need this Lyogun that's in my hand. That is a... Alright, so... Alright, this is going to look really good, but when you see how my turn ends, it's going to feel a lot worse. End.
Oh.
I was like, that's the perfect top deck. I have nothing to go with it. Oh, don't just make another one.
Did you soon in hand? Not tribute summon it.
Okay.
Then we'll... Whoop. Then... One monster, can't disrupt. That. Cylinder.
Nah.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah. Unfortunately, I have 2 level 7s in hand, so I couldn't really do anything. Out of curiosity, did you have something to stop a 600 attack monster if I had drawn one?
What, last turn? Yeah, I've got Cylinder in the back right.
Stop playing Cylinder every game. Alright, let's go to game 2. Alright, we'll go first this time and see if that changes our luck around a little bit. Alright, let's get a bit funky. We're going to summon out a newish card that we've got. Jundi of the Dark Path. So if I have 10 or more cards on my deck, I can send the top 3 cards of my deck to the graveyard. Then if an Earth attribute is among the cards sent, I can draw 1 card but place 1 card from my hand on the bottom of my deck. So let's get milling. And then we can draw a card, and now we can put a card back to the bottom should we wish. Well, we have to put something at the bottom, but it's like, do I want to put this card I just drew, or do I want to put something else? I'm going to put this to the bottom. Normal summon Katetsu. Tribute both and summon out Lyogon. We're going to set a monster, and then we're going to activate Beast Overworld. And then we're just going to pass. That is a very interesting card you're using there. Don't forget about... Well, I couldn't get out quick enough.
This is, yeah, okay. That.
Okay, so we've got a T set to deal with. I want this in graveyard, but then I want that out, which is going to complicate things. I have the issue of, like, I want to do absolutely everything, and the game doesn't work like that, right? I only have 3 monster slots to work with. Normal summon Legend Magician. Activate Legend Magician effect. 1, 2, 3. I mean, that is really good. The question is, where do I want this? Because I can now decide to put it into my hand, but, like, I think I would rather it stay in the graveyard, to be perfectly honest. So we're not going to do that. We're going to go ahead and tribute 2 and summon out my Heartless Hound Martial Master Shiva. Then we can activate the Legend Strike, which brings back the Vorse Raider, and then pops the back row. Then we can activate Lyogun. Send this to grave. Oh yeah, I don't get the because you put my field spell. I don't get my ability to change your battle position, which is a little bit annoying. All my cards need me to have field spells. I can't use. Ah. All right, we're gonna battle. We'll swing over, and then we'll get him for 44, and we'll get him for 25, and we'll pass. I think, could I have gamed you? Possibly. Okay, so Horn Nice comes down. We do successfully mill a warrior monster. Does give us a plus.
Oh, yeah, I need it.
We go again.
Yes.
Hit another warrior. We plus 2'd already. This is getting a little bit worrisome for me. Okay. Do not kill both my Lyogans, please. Okay. So, I have no idea what your biggest defense monster is. I literally have no way of knowing. And I can't do anything about it. So, all I'm going to do is summon out Jundee, activate the effect. We don't mill an Earth, so we don't get its effect. Then I'm going to summon out Fennec, activate Fennec's effect, which lets me just stick a couple cards back in the old deck. Boost this thing up, just in case your guy has a fat butt. And then we'll try and clear it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, it's one apiece, which after that first game and how it was looking, I was like, this might just be a swift 2-0. So at least it's not entirely one-sided. Let's see what happens in game number 3.
Let's go first. Oh, sure.
Okay. It'll set 3 pass. I think I'm going to start with Ship of the 7 Treasures, and we'll discard a nice level 7 and draw 2. That's not bad. It's not really what I was hoping for, but it's not bad. We'll go Digmole, and we'll go Craftsman Katetsu. We'll tribute both to summon out Shiba. Activate Shiba to summon out Lyogun. Set a back row, go straight to battle, and then try to clear over some of this. The issue is that if I hit, like, just all the pieces of fusions, like, wow, it's just setting them up for the future.
Well, do this.
Okay, that's pretty bad.
Needs to be done also. So it's not Icon.
Mm-hmm.
Activate Miracle Fusion.
Of course, of course.
Got this down.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I don't know what that is. Yes, for a back row.
Got my Magical Stone Excavation.
1-8k. We'll get greedy.
Okay, so we take the 6, and we take the 24, and then we take the 1. Now, we have to really not brick here, because it could go very badly. Well, I'm going to use this.
Ooh.
We're going to set this. We're going to set this. We're going to end.
Okay.
And I'm going to use my trap card, Sunset Rebirth, which will let me summon out a monster from my hand or graveyard and face down defense. I think I have to get some of this stuff out of my hand. So we're going to summon Emperor Kong in defense, and then I can target both of these that can't be destroyed by card effects this turn.
Okay. Horn Knight.
Okay.
Yeah, the only issue with this deck is first wingman is fire, not wind.
There's got to be some like inconsistency. They're not supposed to be two archetypes that work together.
Yeah, true. Big as the butt of your...
Don't worry about the butt of my... That's 15.
This wasn't the Kong, right?
It was not the Kong.
No. But it's bigger than 500.
Yeah, I don't think you've seen any card in my deck that has lower than 500 defense, other than... I don't even know if Legend Magician has less than 500 defense. Flip over our Emperor Kong. Yeah, go for it then. We'll activate Fennec. And I'll put this and this back in the old deck. We'll give this guy a boost. Then I'm going to set a monster. And then Tribute 2 to summon out Lyogun. I'm going to set, go to battle. We'll attempt to get in for a chunk of damage. We do, which is quite nice. Then we'll attack over this one. And that's all we got.
Yeah, could have gone worse.
Having a little bit of a bricking issue. So being able to just do this, I'm quite happy that we got this out.
Yeah. Let's go. Dance.
We're going to dance?
I will make.
I'm just depending on how many monsters you've got in your hand, I think I'm a little bit worried. Okay, this is fine then. Okay. Fortunately, you're only going to get a little bit of value off this, which is alright. Tomahawk.
Good battle.
Well, you do get to keep a guy then.
Boop.
Goodbye, my Logan. Right, we just need to draw a good hand. Ooh, that is very awkward, but not necessarily bad. So we can activate the Beast Overworld. That's not a bad start. Then, unfortunately, I just do not have what I need in the graveyard right now. So, I'm going to activate Legend Strike, but alas, we really just don't have the cards that we need to make this do anything super meaningful. So I guess we're going to summon out Beast Summoner. We'll activate Beast Summoner, which will at least let us unbrick the hand a little bit. Then we're going to summon out our Jundee, activate Jundee, don't get its effect off. Then we're going to activate Emperor Kong's effect, send this, and we're going to pop this one. Then we're just going to go... I can't even kill your guy. There's nothing I can do about it, though. We'll just go battle, and we'll just swing over this. And that's all we got.
Ooh. This. Activate this. I want the new one, not the original one.
No, bring out Flame Wingman. Don't need Burst Wingman. Oh, gross.
Original Wingman doesn't destroy Spelltrap.
Nah, but he does a sick burn effect.
Yep, get rid of that. How much is this? 500?
12. 15 shy.
Or not. So I have 2 monsters in hand.
Yeah. This really does go to show just how, Alright, first off, I want to preface this by pointing out that I'm playing a deck that's kind of ass now, and you're playing, one of the strongest decks in the game. Beyond that, if my field spell is just not there, my deck just doesn't do anything. And my field spell just got popped and popped and popped and popped. I was just like, is that even there? I'm fine against the Jest of the Cosmo Princess if the field spell sticks, but unfortunately, it still got popped. My hand is another field spell, by the way. I could have just set over it, but I was like, it's probably going to get popped, and I want it again for next turn. Yeah, my primary issue here was I would constantly end my turn with a boss in hand. I just kept drawing too many bosses. Now, to be fair, I am playing 8 bosses, which is a little bit boss heavy, but I am also playing the Beast Summoners to cheat them out. We do want to have a lot in the graveyard. We are obviously playing the 3 copies of Ship of the 7 Treasures to put them in the graveyard so that we can bring them back with Sheba. So, there is, reason for it. The biggest... letdown for me was I had that really bad brick turn where I had to use my Sunset Rebirth to just unbrick my hand because I had 2 bosses in hand. If I was able to just hold the Sunset Rebirth, then I could have protected my Magic Cylinder. I could have protected, for example, my Beast Overworld there, so I wouldn't have died on this turn. It just is a shame that I was forced to use Sunset Rebirth to unbrick. which, you know, kind of sucks, right? But the other, I guess, issue is that I Dark Hold twice in this best of 3. In fact, I think I Dark Hold every single game. And every time I Dark Hold you, I summoned, like, no monsters. So I just didn't have anything.
Yeah.
So it was like, oh, Dark Hole maybe swings the game. And then it's like, but my hand is so bad, it doesn't mean anything. Yeah, we were originally on the Torrential Tribute because the logic is if Beast Overworld sticks, I can Dark Hole my board and I'm fine. And I can Torrential Tribute my board and it's fine. But, unfortunately, again, Beast Overworld never stuck. So it didn't really matter. I think the longest it stayed on the field was 1 full turn. So, unfortunately, we didn't really get to see much out of that. As for your deck, I mean, there's a reason this is one of the best decks in the game right now, right? Yeah, I was wondering if you'd find Jest of the Cosmo Princess, because this is a card that I've been like toying around with a little bit myself, and it's been seeing a lot of competitive play. It's just a really strong way for decks to get rid of problematic cards, right? It's just such a strong card. The only issue with this card is it's a little bit win more, right? You basically give up 4 cards to pop 2 cards and then draw 2 cards. So it does go even on advantage, and if you can set it the turn before, obviously you get a lot of value out of it, but it can also be a little bit of a detriment. You are going a little bit for the luck. The biggest draw, I think, of this deck, as where we spoke about it a little bit during the game, is the playing Miracle Fusion and Music Princess's Dance means that, so for example, for me, I have to draw into everything. The only way I have a little bit of prior setup is going to be if I have the field spell out when it lives, or I can set up my graveyard for Shiba, who can then bring a guy back. But for you, you can have no cards on the field, but a full graveyard, and then if you draw Dance or Fusion or both, suddenly you have like a full board of guys, and it's just so hard to keep up with, which just goes to show that's kind of the direction that Rush has been going in, where these kind of slower decks are getting left behind a little bit, but these really fast, turboing out Fusion decks are actually doing really, really good. The Wind Warriors, when they first got Music Princess's Dance, was actually doing really, really well, and then just suddenly just kind of fell off, and I'm not really sure like what the reason for that was. I guess it's because you have to play these like subpar monsters like Digisoon and what's the other one? Because you've got this one, the Sunsetsu Contra, which this is one of the newer ones, I think.
Yeah, the newer one, and doesn't fuse into one of them, but it's got good like.
Yeah, it's a good card, right? But the older ones are the ones which are kind of, because I mean, Digisoon's okay, right? It's not awful. But there are better boss monsters, right? It's definitely not ideal. Plus, it's level 8, which, again, can conflict when you use things like Ship of the 7 Treasures. But this was a good showcase of the deck. I don't actually think you used Elemental Circulation at all this game, which is a bit of a shame.
No, I didn't. You destroyed it. I didn't need it, so.
I mean, yeah, there is that. But, yeah, this was a pretty good one. Hopefully, Beast Gear gets a bit more love in the future, and maybe they'll get some love in Duel Links as well. You never know.
Yeah.
But yeah, GG, buddy.
GG.